If you're over 40 and trying to lose body fat, I know how frustrating it can feel. You're eating less, you're trying to make healthier choices. Maybe you've started walking or exercising again, but then you look in the mirror, step on the scale, or try on your favorite pair of jeans, and you're thinking, why isn't this working? First, let me tell you something. Your body is not broken. And getting older does not mean you have to accept unwanted weight gain for the rest of your life. But I'm also going to be honest with you. What worked for you at 25 may not be the smartest approach at 45 or 55. As we get older, maintaining muscle becomes increasingly important. Our lifestyles may become less active, sleep can change, and for women, hormonal changes during perimenopause and menopause can also affect body composition and where fat tends to accumulate. So no, I'm not going to tell you about some magical drink that melts belly fat overnight, and I'm definitely not going to tell you to starve yourself. What I am going to give you are 5 practical strategies that can help you reduce body fat while building a healthier, stronger body after 40. Let's get into it. Number 1, prioritize protein. If you're trying to lose weight by simply eating less and less food, please stop for a moment. Because eating less isn't automatically the same as eating better. One of the first things I want you to look at is how much protein you're actually getting throughout your day. Protein becomes especially important as we get older because we naturally become more vulnerable to losing muscle. And when you're losing weight, you don't want all of that weight to come from muscle. You want to preserve as much lean muscle as you reasonably can while reducing body fat. Protein can also help you feel satisfied after eating. Think about the difference between having a pastry and coffee for breakfast versus having eggs with whole grain toast and fruit, or Greek yogurt with berries and nuts. You're giving your body something much more substantial. Some simple protein options include eggs, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, chicken, fish, beans, lentils, tofu, and other lean protein sources that work for your lifestyle. And here's something I really want you to understand. You don't need to completely rebuild your diet overnight. Start with your existing meals and ask one simple question. Where's my protein? If you can't easily identify it, that's probably where you should start. Number 2, strength training. And before you skip this one because you're thinking, Diane, I don't want to lift weights, hear me out. I'm not telling you that you need to become a bodybuilder. I'm telling you that after 40, maintaining your muscle matters a lot. Many of us were taught that if we wanted to lose weight, we needed to do more cardio, run more, spend an hour on the treadmill, sweat as much as possible. And while cardiovascular exercise is absolutely beneficial for your health, strength training deserves a place in your routine too. You can use dumbbells, resistance bands, weight machines, or even your own body weight. Squats, modified push-ups, lunges, and other resistance exercises can all challenge your muscles. If you're completely new to strength training, start slowly. You don't need to walk into the gym tomorrow and pick up the heaviest dumbbell you can find. Please don't do that. Start at your level. Learn proper form, give your body time to adapt, and gradually become stronger. Because we're not just trying to become smaller after 40, we're trying to become stronger. There's a difference. Number 3, walk more. Yes, walk. Sometimes we're so busy looking for the most complicated fat loss strategy that we completely overlook one of the simplest forms of movement available to us: walking. And no, you don't necessarily need to walk 10,000 steps every single day for it to count. Start where you are. If you're currently averaging 3,000 steps, maybe your first goal is 4,000, then 5,000. The objective is to gradually increase your overall movement. Take a short walk after dinner. Walk while you're talking on the phone. Park a little farther from the entrance. Take the stairs when you comfortably can. Get outside for a morning walk. Even 10 minutes is better than nothing. And I want to emphasize that because sometimes we fall into an all or nothing mindset. We think, if I can't exercise for an hour, there's no point. That's simply not true. 10 minutes counts. 20 minutes counts. Getting up and moving instead of sitting for another hour counts. Those little decisions accumulate over time. You don't have to make movement complicated. You just have to make it part of your life.
Number 4, watch what you're drinking. And this one can be uncomfortable because sometimes we are very careful about what's on our plate, but completely forget about what's in our glass. A sweet coffee in the morning, fruit juice with breakfast, a soda with lunch, a smoothie in the afternoon, a couple of alcoholic drinks in the evening. None of these things automatically ruins your diet, but those calories can add up surprisingly quickly. And here's the problem. Liquid calories often don't satisfy hunger in the same way that solid, nutrient-dense food can. So you can drink several hundred calories and still be hungry enough to eat your normal meal. That doesn't mean you can never have your favorite drink again. That's not how I want us to approach health on this channel. We're not trying to live miserable lives. We're trying to make smarter decisions. Most of the time, make water your primary drink. You can also enjoy things like unsweetened tea, sparkling water, or coffee with minimal added sugar if that works for you. And when you do want something higher in calories, enjoy it intentionally. Don't drink it simply because it's there. That's the difference.
Number 5, sleep. I know, you probably expected me to give you another exercise, but sleep deserves to be on this list. Because when you're exhausted, everything becomes harder. Making healthy food choices becomes harder, exercising becomes harder, managing cravings becomes harder. And sometimes we're blaming ourselves for having no discipline when the truth is we're exhausted. Most adults should generally aim for around 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night, although individual needs can vary. Try creating a nighttime routine that tells your body it's time to slow down. Reduce unnecessary screen time before bed. Keep your bedroom comfortable. Try to maintain a relatively consistent bedtime. And please stop treating sleep like something you'll eventually get around to after everything else is finished. Because let's be honest, everything is never finished. There's always another email, another load of laundry, another episode, another thing that needs your attention. Sometimes you have to decide that your health deserves your attention too.
Now, before you leave, I want to talk about something that's even more important than these 5 strategies: consistency. Because I know exactly what happens. We get motivated. We decide Monday is going to be the day. We buy the groceries, we start exercising, we drink all the water. We're doing everything perfectly. And then life happens. We miss a workout, we eat something we didn't plan, the weekend comes, and suddenly we're thinking, well, I messed everything up. No, you didn't. One meal didn't make you unhealthy. One missed workout didn't destroy your progress. And one difficult week doesn't mean you failed. This is where I need you to stop expecting perfection from yourself. You don't need perfection to lose body fat. You need enough good decisions, repeated consistently, for long enough to produce results. That's it. Protein, strength training, more daily movement, being mindful of liquid calories, and getting enough sleep. None of these things sounds particularly exciting, and that's exactly the point. Sustainable fat loss usually isn't exciting. It's not a 7-day detox. It's not a miracle supplement. And it's definitely not something that happens overnight. It's a collection of simple habits that you can actually continue doing. So if you're over 40 and you've been struggling with your weight, I don't want you walking away from this video thinking you need to change everything tomorrow. Choose one thing, just one. Maybe this week you add more protein to breakfast. Maybe you start walking for 15 minutes after dinner. Maybe you finally try strength training. Or maybe you decide that getting enough sleep needs to become a priority. Pick one. Start there. And once that becomes part of your routine, build on it. Because we're not trying to create a temporary diet. We're creating a healthier life. And yes, you can absolutely start doing that after 40. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these 5 habits do you struggle with the most? Protein, strength training, walking, liquid calories, or sleep? Tell me in the comments below.
And if you're over 40 and you're ready to become healthier, stronger, and more confident without all the extreme diets and unrealistic advice, subscribe to Thrive with Diane. We're going to figure this out together, one realistic change at a time. And remember, you're not too old, you're not too late, and your body isn't broken. Your best chapter can still be ahead of you. I'll see you in the next video.